Rosie Lewis from the Australian Prime Minister. If your government does manage to legislate the media bargaining code and Google makes good on its threat to exit the Australian market, are you confident that alternate search engines are going to be able to fill what would be a massive void left by Google and Australians won't be left worse off?
I can tell you Microsoft's pretty confident. When I spoke to Satya the other day, there was a bit of that. Look, these are big technology companies, and what's important to Australia, I think, is that we set the rules that are right for our people. And having a news environment in this country that is one that is sustainable and is supported commercially, then this is vital to how democracies function. Even when I was Treasurer, as Josh knows, when I would go to the G20, I would be talking not just about are they paying tax and how do we best address that, but I began the conversation when I was Treasurer with the G20 about antitrust and competition policy issues that I said we were going to have to address. Now, Australia is being true to our word again. I would like to see more alignment between the world's economies on these sorts of things. You know, our simple rule around the digital, as Paul Fletcher knows, is that we just want the rules in the digital world to be the same that exist in the real world, in the physical world. And that means you can't go around abusing people and carrying on like people do. You wouldn't behave like that in a room like this. Well, I don't think you would. And similarly, when it comes to antitrust practices, paying your taxes, all of those things, Australia has just taken a very consistent and, I think, principled stand. And look, we want to work through with the companies on these sorts of things. We want a practical outcome. We don't want things sitting in the courts and all those sort of things forever. But the world has changed. Digital technology has affected that, and we're trying to ensure that our regulatory system keeps pace with that change, to ensure that the journalists can do their jobs, not just in taxpayer-funded organisations, but commercial ones as well.